Good morning. It is 7:50 a.m. here on Friday the 16th of July 2021. My name is Arran Hunt. I'm a partner here at the law firm Stacey Hammond and I head up the immigration team here. As always, this is not legal advice. It is purely our commentary on immigration here in New Zealand. If you're looking for legal advice, get in touch with us at the email in the description below. Now, I did a little quick post last night that there had been an announcement from NZAMI, one of the industry bodies here, that the Minister will be making an announcement today and that it will be out in the media prior to the announcement. Now, that has come out in the media this morning. We've had a Beehive press release and we've seen a few articles going online, so we've got to sort of bring across what's been announced to you now. There is a speech from the Minister later today. We will be watching that, and if we think there's anything else in there, we'll do a second video. So this could be a part 1 and part 2 sort of scenario today, or it could just be this one video if the Minister doesn't do any more announcements. Or quite often when you hear the Minister speak, we'll hear things that give us ideas as to what else perhaps is coming. So we'll listen into that to his press conference later on today, see what's in there. For now though, there's some fairly large and important changes being made today. Now, this is not going to make all of you happy. There's nothing here, sadly, for split partnerships, but there is some good news here for a lot of people in New Zealand, and it's kind of nice to actually finally be able to give some good news to you guys. It has been a number of sort of bad news situations for some time now, so there is some good news here. So let's just get into it. There is no script today. I'm sort of getting this right out there as fast as I can. So the announcement, I will link to the Beehive press release in the description below, as well as to an article from NewsHub. Now, first thing is that there will be, from this point, they haven't said for how long for, no need for labour market tests for jobs that are currently held. Now, as you'll know, if you're doing an essential skills work visa in New Zealand, you need to have the employer advertise the role and show there's nobody else local available for that role. The exceptions are if it's a known shortage and you meet the criteria there. This has now been, if the job is already currently held, that has now been sort of wiped out. If you already have a visa for that role, then you're going for another visa. There's, as of Monday, there's no requirement for the employer to advertise that role to show there are no New Zealanders available. You can just apply for a new visa for that role, which is fantastic news for all of those of you who are out there. It isn't clear if this will apply for all visa types, basically being the, well, we'll say 1 and 3 year visas. We haven't seen the actual writing now, and I've said to you many times before, always look out for what's actually in the particular writing and the changes to the operational manual, because there often can be little catches. But here it does sound like it's going to be an across-the-board essential skills work visa. You're applying for one of those and you're currently holding a visa for that role, then you do not have to have a labour market test, which is just, well, one of the big hassles we have with applicants, applications. So that is great news. Hey, next thing is the move. Now, during the lockdown, the COVID lockdown last year, we had, there's two kind of work visas under essential skills here. There's the 1 year and the 3 year. 3 year being those who earn above a certain amount, 1 year being those who earn below that amount. It's currently $25.50. Now, that 1 year visa changed to a 6-month visa during the lockdown last year on the idea that there'll be more Kiwis who need jobs, so we'll get those jobs freed up for New Zealanders. That didn't take place. We now see this massive shortage of staff, people crying out, people being asked to get a visa again every 6 months, which we thought was ridiculous at the time. And that was supposed to go through until January 2022. Now, about 6 or 8 weeks ago, the government backtracked, went back to being a 1 year visa, and then as of Monday, it will be a 2 year visa. So that work visa for those earning below the median wage will be 2 years from Monday rather than 1 year. Monday is important, of course, because Monday is the day the median wage requirement rises to $27 per hour. So more people will be caught by this grouping and will now get a 2 year visa rather than a 1 year visa, which is just fantastic news. It's kind of nice to be able to give us something, good news like that out there. The third thing, now this is one which actually I've been hinting at for a number of months now. The change to the new work visa scheme, what's going to be replacing the essential skills and the work to residence, which is the accredited employer work visa, which is a horrible name, the AEWV. That was supposed to come into effect actually about now. They were supposed to release information late last year, provide how it's going to work, and come into effect about now. And then it got pushed back and delayed. We heard nothing for months. We finally got some bare details a few months ago, but still no actual fine information about how it's going to work. It's going to require employers to be registered in advance. They're going to allow registrations for employers from late September and then start this in early November. I mean, you heard tens of thousands of employers rushing in there to try and get registered or accredited so they can keep hiring staff. And I've been saying for months now that it's not going to happen. It's just not enough time. There's not enough information out there. Immigration New Zealand are not prepared to do this, and they're not. And they have now come through and pushed that back until mid-2022, so a year later than it was originally planned to be. Now, the Minister, the Honourable Chris Farfoy, has provided a little statement here. The government remains committed to the accredited employer work visa, which will ensure work visas issued reflect genuine regional skill shortages and strengthen labour market testing. However, we expect most essential skills visa holders will apply for this 2-year visa, meaning the implementation of the accredited employer work scheme will not be viable because of likely low uptake. I'm trying to find a nice way to put this, but I find it difficult to believe that the Minister believes that. As I said, the issue here was going to be not so much the uptake by employees or applicants, but actually by employers who need to rush in there and get this stuff sorted out and the applications made between the late September to November period. It was not enough time, especially because we have no information. I see people speaking about this all the time, saying, oh, this is what's going to take place, but honestly, we don't know the actual process for accreditation under the new scheme. So they wanted to go from September, which is just 2 months away, to have the entire country done, all the employers, tens of thousands of employers done within a month and a half or 5 or 6 weeks. Wasn't going to happen, and now we're seeing this delay taking place. Now, the Minister may believe what he said. I'm not going to, I find difficult believing that, but either way, it's been delayed, which means essential skills work visas are here until at least mid-2022. I will let you know maybe in January or February 2022 whether I think it's going to be extended further. I would hope by that point they have the new systems, they're bringing through a new immigration system in place to handle those applications. But at least for now, if you're going for an essential skills work visa, there's no need to sort of try and rush it before November 1st because they will be available into mid-2022. And that is it. For now, try to keep it to the point and keep it short. Nothing else, unfortunately, about those who are offshore. This is information about those who are onshore. We will let you know if anything else does come through, and we'll listen to the press release, the conference today with the Minister to see if there's anything else that he hints at or suggests or says in his speech that may give us an inkling as to other changes that may be coming. But at least for now, these are some fairly major things that have been happening. We heard, of course, one of them about the AEWV being pushed back. We suspected that for a long time. The labour market test one, that does come as a surprise. We have not heard that as a rumour. That was a completely out of the blue one for us, which is still a great one to see. The 12-month to 24-month change in the visa period, we heard that yesterday from a good sources being one of the possibilities, and that has come through. We have heard a few other things, and one or two of them we do expect will take place in the next month or so. One is the NZRP numbers being announced. They are due to be announced this month. They may be announced today. They may be announced in a few weeks' time. Those are the numbers of residence visas that Immigration New Zealand can grant in any 18-month period. The last ones were supposed to be given in January 2020. The number wasn't given, so they used the previous number from a year and a half before that. Now we have new numbers due this month. So we might have that announced today or later this month. But we do expect there is more coming. But for now, this is some great news for those of you who are onshore. If you're on an essential skills visa of any kind, that labour market test being removed, fantastic if you've got a visa already for the same job. That is it for today. We will come back to you maybe today, maybe next week. Until then, kia kaha and stay safe.